Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patience. To my existing subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time here, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can continue to indulge in the Hot Bella experience. In today's video, I am going to be creating a look using one of the Pat McGrath Labs quads. These quads were released in the fourth quarter of 2019, and these are the mini versions of the larger size Pat McGrath Labs palettes, the mothership palettes, but these quads are absolutely gorgeous. I picked up 3 of these quads. I picked up the Ritualistic Rose. I'll be sure to leave a link in the iCard above so that way you can check out that video if you have not yet done that. I also picked up the Nocturnal Nirvana quad as well. That's a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow quad. It has that rich and velvety purple and some really beautiful aquamarine and green types of colors in that particular quad. I'll be certain to link that in the iCard above as well if you have not yet had a chance to take a look at that video. And now we have this quad here, which is the iconic Illumination, and this is gorgeous. This eyeshadow look turned out absolutely beautiful. I love all of the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. I think these quads are really unique from Pat McGrath because all of the shades in these quads are those specialty shades that come from Pat McGrath Labs. So I've been pairing these quads with the Pat McGrath full-size palettes because, as I said, these quads have most of the specialized shades in them, so those shades are mostly shimmer shades, and I found that for my mature eyes that I like to have some form of matte shade as a transition shade or even as a crease shade. So I've been able to pair these quads with the full-size Pat McGrath Lab mothership palettes. So in this look today, I did pair this quad, the iconic Illumination, with this Bronze Seduction eyeshadow palette. This is a full-size palette from Pat McGrath Labs, and this is the Mothership 5. This is the second time that I've used this full-size palette to pair with one of the quads from Pat McGrath. And again, if you were to take these two palettes, if you were to take this full-size palette, and then you also were to take this quad, and you were to put these together, you can see how you can come up with a really unique and beautiful color story by pairing these two palettes together. So that's what I've done in this video. I'm also airbrushing my complexion today. I have been on this airbrush kick, you guys, and I can't seem to shake it. I just love the way an airbrush look comes off. It is so soft and so beautiful. I love it. So I'm using my Temptu Air in this video as well. So if you'd like to see how I created this look, then keep watching. My face has been moisturized, and I used the Cover FX Power Play Concealer in white to prep my eyelids, and I also used my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer to prime my face, and I am going to go into this iconic Illumination quad from Pat McGrath Labs. I'm going to use this shade right here, and this shade is called Astral Gold Allure, and I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. And since I am placing my brow bone highlight first, I always start right about where the arch is in this eyebrow. I start placing this shadow here first and then just kind of blend it outward towards the end here. And now I'm going to use the Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Entrapment, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. And as usual, I'm building this up to my desired level of intensity. And now I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Blitz Brown, and I'm going to use this just to deepen up my crease area just a little bit. And I'm going back into the iconic Illumination palette once again, and I'm going to use this shade right here, and this shade is called Blitz Bordeaux, and I am going to use this to start to create my halo eye look. So I'm going to put this on the outer V and the inner V of my eye. I am also using my MAC 242 brush to do this. Just evening these up just a little bit. And because of my hooded eyes, I do have to take this just a little bit above my natural crease line. And I'm going back into the iconic Illumination palette, and I am going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Bronze Gold 003, and I'm going to place this in the area where I have added the concealer to create this halo eye look. So I'm going to place the Bronze Gold 003 right here in this area where I have applied some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow base to create this halo eye look. And I am using this shadow dry. I know the shape of this halo portion or of this center portion looks a little off right now, but this is what I have to do for my hooded eyes. You guys have heard me talk about this in some other videos when I am creating a halo eye, but yeah, this is what I have to do to make the halo eye come together on my mature hooded eyes. I'm going to go back to my MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to use this brush to blend the Blitz Bordeaux, which are the shades I have on the inner and the outer V of my eye, with the Bronze Gold 003 that I have here in the center. So I'm just going to use this brush to blend these together. And I'm starting off by not adding any additional product or eyeshadow to the brush. I'm just using whatever I have on the brush right now and just using the shadow that's already down on my lid to start this blending process. Add a little bit more on my brush and do a little bit more blending. And I'm going back into my Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here. This is the shade Entrapment, along with my Sigma E36 brush. And I'm going to add this shade into this area where I've had to manipulate my natural crease line. This is looking pretty good, but I think I want to go back into this quad once again. I'm going to use this shade right here. This is a shade that I used as my brow bone highlight, and this shade is called Astral Gold Allure. And I'm going to take a really small detail brush, and I am going to use this brush to put a little bit of this shade right in the center, just a little closer to the lash line on this look. I'm not sure if I want to wet this just yet, but I'm just going to brighten this up just a little bit more. Just a little bit. I'm not taking it all the way up. I'm just keeping it kind of low towards that lash line. I'm going to add my liner and my lashes. My liner and my lashes are done, and I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I'm going to conceal and highlight all the areas that you would normally want to conceal and highlight. That's under the eye, down the bridge of the nose. I'm going to do a little bit around my mouth as well. And I also wanted to mention that I have done a little color correcting also. I've used my staple color correcting products to do this, and that is my Tatcha Pearl in the shade Candlelight under my eye, and my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX14 around my mouth area. But let's go ahead and get this concealer on. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I am in the shade Warm Sand in this Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And I'm going to use my Too Faced Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent Medium. And I'm going to use this to set all of the areas where I have applied the concealer. And I'm doing some cream contouring using the Tarte Clay Foundation. This is in the shade Rich Honey. And now I'm ready to apply my foundation, and I'm going to be airbrushing my complexion today. And I'm going to be using my Temptu Airbrush here to apply my foundation. And this is the Air Pod. This is an actual pod that is to be used with this Temptu Air. And this is already pre-filled with foundation, as you can see here. So I'm going to use this to apply my foundation. I'm going to add a little blush. And for my blush, and also for any of the airbrush products that I'm using, I do keep a little sponge handy, just in case I need to reshape it, or if it goes on a little heavier in one area than it does another, just to kind of even it out. But yeah, this is beautiful. I love a good airbrushed complexion. I'm going to add some bronzer. And now it's time for highlight. And in the areas where I want it to be a little bit less concentrated, like going down the bridge of my nose, here on the Cupid's bow, I'm pulsating on this trigger here to make this work so it doesn't go on too heavy. I'm going to take my sponge, shape up my Cupid's bow, just in case I may have oversprayed a little bit, just to shape that up. But I love, love, love the way airbrush highlighter looks also. It's so soft, very, very pretty. And now I'm going back to the iconic Illumination quad, and I am going to smoke out my waterline, and I'm going to use this shade right here, which is called Blitz Bordeaux. I'm also going to use this shade right here, which is called Blitz Brown, and I'm going to use the Blitz Brown towards the outer portion of my eye, and then use the Blitz Bordeaux as I come in closer to the tear duct area. And now for the Blitz Bordeaux. And for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go back to this shade right here. This is Astral Gold Allure, and this is the shade that I used as my brow bone highlight. I also popped a little bit of this shade right here in the center, so I might as well carry on with it, and I'm going to use it as my inner corner highlight. And it is time for lips, and I am going to line my lips using a MAC lip pencil, and this pencil is in the shade Night Moth. I decided to line my lips for this look because I'm going out to dinner and I plan on drinking some wine. So I want my lipstick to stay in place. So I'm going to line these lips today. And I'm going to use a lipstick from Colored Rain. This is in the shade Huntress. This is in the shade Huntress. This is a beautiful, beautiful fall winter shade, even though I probably would be one of those people to use it in the summer as well. This is a beautiful shade, and I'm going to use this on my lips. And this look is done. The Blitz Astral Iconic Illumination Quad from Pat McGrath Labs is beautiful. The 4 shades in this quad are Astral Gold Allure, Blitz Bordeaux, Blitz Brown, and Bronze Gold 003. This palette is beautiful on its own, but I like pairing it with another of the full-size Mothership palettes from Pat McGrath Labs. You can pick this palette up at Sephora for $65 or on the Pat McGrath Labs website. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.